Hi there, and welcome to my silly little crafty adventure. The video is going to be like design a sweater with me, like some of my other like crochet with me videos, like go through the whole project and just document it. But especially just coming off of rest for tendinitis. I'm having still wrist pain. Don't worry, I'm going back to the orthopedist. But I can't really do big projects like this all in 1 week, and usually I film in like a day or so, maybe a few days, but I have decided that the whole project documentary will be another video, probably next week's. But for this week's video, it'll be a little catch-up crochet with me, and we are working on the sweater. It just won't be like follow me through the whole process of making. It's just gonna be a little chit chat while I crochet. Anyways, here's a sneak peek at the sweater I'm designing in another video. This will be my first, hopefully, clothing pattern that I'm releasing. It's intimidating for me to do clothing because of the different sizes. If I've ever made my own like pattern or just made it up as I went along, it's been for my size, and obviously I can measure it on me. But there's a lot of math involved in resizing. There's a lot of stress for me because I want to be very inclusive with my sizing because crochet is for everybody. And so I need to find obviously a way to standardize but still fit everyone. And it's intimidating because I don't know if I'll be able to have testers for every size. Are people even gonna want to test my stuff? Yeah, so that's a little stressful. But I figure I won't know if I don't give it a try. And worst comes to worst, well, not even, this isn't even a worst case scenario, so I don't know why I'm so stressed. But I just make it a made to measure pattern, which honestly might be simpler, but I know I prefer patterns with sizing. And I feel like if I were to make more clothing in the future, I would want it all to be standard. Like people know if they buy one of my patterns, they know they're buying a pattern with sizing. So anyways, that's a long-winded way of saying this is a little bit stressing me out because also like I feel like it's got to be perfect, obviously. Like I have really high standards if people are going to be spending their hard-earned money, even if it's, you know, $5 to $10 on a pattern, that they're getting what they're paying for, and it's a valuable pattern. So I'm a little nervous because it's really hard for me to envision how this first prototype is gonna look without it being done. But it's taking me so many hours to do, obviously, because it's a oversized sweater. It's got a lot going on. So anyways, I'm just a little nervous that I won't like the fit in the end and I'll have to unravel and start over. But I have to remind myself that like, that's okay, and not in like the cheesy kind of way of like, oh, it's okay to fail, but like literally if I want to design patterns, I need to just come to terms with that. And I think the only hard thing to come to terms with is that combined with like my wrist and hand pain. Like, oh, am I gonna have to undo hours of work that caused me pain and put my self under more physical pain and potentially permanent damage? So what I'm trying to do to help that is like what I'm doing this week, which is not stress myself out about finishing an entire sweater in a day or even a week, but maybe just making little videos like this where I can go at the pace my body can handle or is comfortable with. I am overheating immediately after starting talking, so hold on. So what else is new in my life? So yeah, if you like this type of video where it's just a little chatty crochet with me, definitely let me know, because I'm feeling a little self-conscious that I don't know what people like. And so I know what videos I like to watch. So let me know if you enjoy this type of video where it's just like grab your project, crochet with me, fun times. Because I don't know if I'm supposed to talk strictly about yarn and fiber art, or like, do people want to chit chat about my life? Like, do people want the tea? I don't know. What is going on in my life? That's the question. Dealing with this hand pain is annoying, especially because in school I am studying echocardiography, which, if you don't know, is ultrasounds of the heart. So we just started scanning each other in the lab, and obviously that puts a lot of strain on your wrist and hand, and I've decided to scan lefty because there are pros to that. But that also means my left hand is the one that gets more wrist pain from crocheting, and I am a natural righty, so my left hand is also not as strong as my right hand. So I feel like it's a good decision long term, but in the short term, it's a little silly. What else is going on in my life? I don't know. The apartment is really settled, so I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I did have to move to another state right after graduating high school for my cardiac sonography program because it was at a community college that was in a state I didn't live in and would have been too far to commute to because those programs are kind of few and far between. So I am in an apartment, and it looked a lot different when I first moved in. I mean, I'm looking around right now and I'm like, wow, it's changed. If you're interested in me doing like a little apartment tour, definitely let me know that much. Otherwise, I feel like it's a little out of genre with crafty stuff, although I guess I have a lot of crafty stuff around. I feel like I mention it all the time, but I'm also engaged, so that's fun. So wedding planning is definitely a part of my life right now. It's never been my thing. I've always not been a fan and known that I wouldn't be a fan. And it was very hard at the beginning, and it was very stressful. But I'm finding that I got it under control in a way. And now I'm chilling. I'm like chilling. So I'm very grateful for that. I have a lot of good, supportive people in my life. My fiance's taken on a lot of the planning. We kind of like split it up, and we actually had to move our wedding date. I would say that was the most stressful thing of my whole life. Believe it or not, we have to move our wedding date again, a second time. And if you want to know why, all I say to you is look at the tour dates for Taylor Swift's Era Tour. I mean, seriously. One is on the day of our rehearsal dinner, one is on the actual day of our wedding, and one is on the first day of our honeymoon. So unless we cancel our honeymoon and literally go to this concert exhausted, because I know weddings and the week leading up to the wedding, I know that's exhausting. I know it. I'm just missing the most important day of my life. Don't worry, that was a joke. I know the most important day is my wedding. No, I'm actually really sad, and I was telling my fiance about it because before she added the third date, which is the first day of our honeymoon, I was like, we have to reschedule the wedding. But now I was like, I just sent it to him for fun, and I was like, can you believe, like, she added another one and we still can't go? But he was saying like, oh, but maybe we can. So, you know, I probably think it's not even gonna happen, also because tickets are probably gonna be very expensive, and part of the responsibility of a thing as big as marriage is you know, being financially smart. And you know, we knew that was part of our decision, so we might have to pass up the Era tour, which I've heard rumors that it's her last tour ever. I mean, I know she's young for retiring and that's what people say, but it's like, this is the ultimate tour. Literally, it's all of her music. So I don't really know how she would, I guess, just tour with new albums, but it's like, this seems pretty capstone adjacent. So I don't know, do with that what you'd like. But yeah, that's kind of my little recap of some different areas in my life. If listening to me craft and ramble was fun, let me know. If it was the worst 15 minutes of your life, let me know. And regardless, I would ask that you would like and subscribe as I try and make a little crafty content moment, and definitely check out my other social media, which is listed at the end of the video, but you can definitely check it out. And yeah, that's all. Have a good and great and fun week.